warnai ang siya sualirnya. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This reading is going to take a look at the solar new moon eclipse taking place October 14, 2023 in the sign of Libra. So it's a new moon solar eclipse. I think I'm saying that right, in Libra for everyone. Now, you don't have to have Libra anywhere in your chart to be able to watch this reading. This is just basically my way of getting an energetic look at what's happening or taking place for all of us around this time. I do these readings for both new moon and full moon just as a way to take an inside look to see what the scoop is, right, for all of us around new moon and full moon times. Full moon is a time where we often will do magical workings, make significant changes in our life, to release something, let something go, in order to then make space for new moon time, to make ourselves receptive to new things and intentions we would like to attract into our world. So it's always curious to me to see what it is we might be switching up, changing, letting go at full moon, and what it is we might be renewing or letting in or attracting to us for new moon time. So in order to get this reading started, what I usually do is start with the fortune reading card as kind of like the main energy and or the theme of the full moon and or new moon. So I will be starting with that, but I also have the healing with the angels cards that I think I want to incorporate in addition to the tarot and other oracle cards for further clarification. So let's go ahead and start with the main energy or theme, right, of this particular new moon solar eclipse in Libra happening for all of us. Whoa, okay, wait a minute here. October 14th, 2023. So it says birth. Universal energy brings you opportunity and possibility, which is pretty cool because it is a new moon. And whenever you're birthing something, you're bringing something new into the world. So this is just, to me, confirming that universal energy is working on your behalf with this particular new moon solar eclipse in Libra to bring you in alignment with something new that will also provide you, or I'm hearing expand, provide you and or expand for you further opportunity and possibility wherever you've needed it in your journey. So I'm also getting vibes of brand new doors being opened for you as well. And those brand new doors that open as a result of this solar eclipse energy is going to open things to you that maybe weren't available or accessible to you previously. So opportunities are incoming, new possibilities, and I'm also getting new ways of looking at things. So perspectives are changing, or it's kind of this feeling of, wow, I didn't think of that before, or why didn't I see it like that before? It could reveal something to you. It could open your eyes to something that you weren't seeing for yourself previously. So just intuitively, what this is saying is brand new doors are bringing you opportunity and brand new possibilities, also helping you to see something that you weren't able to see for yourself prior. But it's all to help shift your perspective and guide you to a new way of thinking, being, living, doing. So universal energy is working on your behalf to help birth this new lifestyle, new way of thinking, these new opportunities, possibly these new doors, and even breakthroughs, I will say, because this energy is helping to gather, okay, is what I just got, gather resources. Okay, that's interesting. So it's helping you to gather resources. So maybe the universe is basically gathering the resources even on your behalf to open these doors of possibility to you. Do you see? So yeah, because the card is saying universal energy. So it kind of feels like the universe is gathering up the resources to line you up, to show you the way, to give you the aha, I'll even say aha moment. So all this unfolds for you. It's a domino, a little bit of a domino effect I'm getting from this as well. Now, the gathering resources is interesting because that could be anything that is going to benefit you and be resourceful for you and or to you to allow this to happen the way that it needs to birth these new possibilities, opportunities, even, I will even say creations and or manifestation, because when I think of the birth card, I kind of do think of the Empress in a way. She's the energy of the birth of a dream. She's about to birth something into her world, into her experience. And oftentimes it's something that's been long awaited, right? Because there's a gestation period and there's a bit of a wait before it finally gets birthed into your experience. So there is definitely something being birthed here. And the universe is working on your behalf to gather the resources necessary to make this happen. Now, resources can be physical, tangible resources, maybe money, maybe people, right, that gather together to assist you in some way. Places, things, right, things coming together. Universe is lining up all the pieces on the chessboard so you can make your checkmate. Yeah, interesting. Okay, that's interesting. Let's see what we get from the Healing with the Angels cards. Let's see. At least two. Solar eclipse, new moon in Libra. Let's see. Oh, wow. 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 Did you see that? I mean, can we get any more confirmation, right? Look at that, new beginnings. Absolutely. That is what's taking place here. Brand new energy is kind of like coming together to make something happen for you. But whatever's happening for you is completely brand new. And I think there's something about this that is going to change your mind or open your eyes in a whole new light, is what this is also yeah, wow. Okay, dreams come true is the feeling that this is giving me. Like I said, it's so funny because I said this feels like the Empress card in a way, like, because she's the energy of the birthing of a dream. It's a seed that she's planted and she's gestating it, and it takes time to gestate that seed before it can finally be birthed into the world. And it could be a dream, maybe a long-awaited dream that you've been holding deep on your heart, or that you've planted successfully in your subconscious mind. This is about a birth of a dream. That is so crazy. But it's so cool that there's confirmation of what I just said. I love when that happens. Happens a lot in my readings. But this is what's taking place. There is the birth of a dream. Now, I will also tell you to be very mindful during this eclipse time of dreams that you receive when asleep, okay? It could be a dream on your heart, yes, but let's look at this a little bit more literally, in the sense that you could receive messages, intuitive nudges, in your sleep, while you sleep, during your dream state, that reveals something to you or show you something that you needed to know or see. Like I said, I got the feeling that this is going to open your eyes to something you weren't even aware of before. It's going to help, like, whoa, kind of give you a little bit of a mind blown moment. But it's so that way it's brought to your awareness, and when it's brought to you, then you can act upon it accordingly, as needed, to help everything fall into place or create the snowball effect that you need to allow this thing to happen. And I heard successfully, like bring it to you successfully. Now, this new beginning, new opportunity, brand new possibility that maybe you hadn't even considered before. It does feel like it's something completely unexpected. Something perhaps that you, again, like I said, had never thought of before. But there's something about the intuitive dream state, or that maybe even meditative state, that has the possibility to download or deliver it to you. But just know it's a little unconventional, the feeling is here, but it's exactly what's needed. There's some kind of unexpected vibe that's coming from it as well. It's like out of left field, a curveball, so to speak, but really in the best kind of way. And that's why I'm also being led to say, keep an open mind to the possibilities, right? Of how this birth of a dream or a manifestation or something that you've been desiring or holding on your heart for some time, just be open to the way that this could come about and or be delivered to you. But just know that this is the catalyst, right? This lunar or solar eclipse, sorry, in Libra. The lunar eclipse is actually at the end of the month. But this solar eclipse is helping to create the catalyst for this new beginning, the birth of this dream into your physical world. New and unexpected. New and unexpected. Something you didn't consider before, but now gets brought to your attention and creates that whole snowball effect to allow this to happen. But again, the gathering of resources is what's taking place here, but it's the universe working on your behalf to make this dream come true or birth this into your reality or open a door that you've needed to be open for quite some time. It's finally happening. All right, so I have the Victorian Romantic Tarot here. Let's see if we can get 3 cards. I really am loving this energy so far as what the cards are sharing or revealing. So let's see if we can get 3 cards. Solar Eclipse in Libra, October 14, 2023. All right. And if I need more cards, I always, just grab off to the side, but let's see. Wow, the 3 of Wands, the Star. Wow, okay. And the 10 of Swords. You know what? It's interesting, but I kind of like the 10 of Swords here. And I'll tell you why. Because the 10 of Swords it's a card that it's only up from here. The interesting part about the number 10, it's a completion of a cycle. So we got to bring something to a close in order to begin something new. In order to birth something new into our experience. Interestingly enough, the star energy here is also confirming the dream state or the wish, okay, that you've been dreaming about. So it's showing us that, like I said, this is about, this particular eclipse is the catalyst for all of this taking place. And that 10 of Swords is saying this cycle where things have been kind of, like I said, you've been waiting, you've been patient, things maybe have been inaccessible to you. That cycle was pretty tumultuous with that 10 of Swords energy is what it's telling me. But it's coming to a close. It's getting washed away. I mean, look at the energy of the card. All the sorrows are getting washed away. And it's a card of only up from here. That's why usually in the 10 of Swords card, you always see the sun peeping in the background through the clouds because it's hinting at light at the end of the tunnel. So this particular solar eclipse, and we have 2 of them this month. So that's why I'm getting mixed between the 2. But this particular solar eclipse in Libra is showing you that there is light at the end of the tunnel. You've endured, and it's also a symbol of resilience, the resilience to pick yourself up when you've been knocked down so many times. So it's showing us the closing out of a cycle, and where there's an ending with the Ten of Swords, there's a brand new beginning. And we have 2 cards of brand new beginnings. So when you see the Ten of Swords on the table here, I would say don't be scared by it. Okay, don't get scared at all that that's here. It's just confirming that this is really over now. It's confirming that the last cycle that maybe has been full of adversity or challenges or struggles or limitations even, that is literally being washed away. The tide is going to wash it away. You have the 3 of Wands on the table, which is a future forward energy. It's looking forward to what's ahead of you, not what's behind you. You're looking towards the future. You're soon to be looking towards the future. You're in a position already to put the past behind you. We see that taking place here with the Ten of Swords. There's a whole future that you've envisioned for yourself in the distance with the 3 of Wands. And 3 is a number of creation and expansion. Interestingly enough, so is the Empress, and I mentioned the Empress with the birth card. Creation, expansion, manifestation. So there's something right now expanding in your life, but in order to have all of these things fall into place so it can, something with the Ten of Swords has to be released. It has to be let go. And there's like this feeling of goodbye. Bye-bye. See you later. And it has to do with the way that the divine, with the star energy, is guiding you right and true. Think of North Star, right? The North Star. It's the compass, right? Or the constellations in the sky that you can navigate by. It's the way that the universe guides you right and true, leads you to true north. You know that what you seek, your desire, your dream, your manifestation, that breakthrough, that new beginning that you want, you know it's out there. The 3 of Wands is indicating that you do. Because you're looking in that direction. You're looking at what's ahead of you. You're not trying to look at what's behind you. So you know that there's something up ahead and you're anticipating it with that 3 of Wands. And you're ready for it. It's this feeling of any day now. The star is saying this is your hopes, your faith, your dreams, your wishes. It's a wish fulfillment card. It's the way that you're being divinely guided, maybe in the direction of this dream fulfilled or this wish fulfilled, or you being able to now access it where you couldn't before. But the reason why with the Ten of Swords that maybe you couldn't access it before is because you had to do some cleanup in your own life. Maybe let things go, heal, maybe work through your energies, that maybe the energies within yourself that were a little out of sorts. Think of Libra energy. It is about balance and alignment. So it was about trying to align your energy properly, heal what was maybe not working, get rid of also what wasn't working in order to then, close out a difficult chapter. But all that healing and work, maybe of the shadow, perhaps even with the Ten of Swords, was all preparatory work to receive now what is incoming. So if at any time you feel led during this, eclipse season to let something go, trust your divine nudges with the star. Trust the way that you're being guided to release something, because it's all going to serve the greater purpose that will put you on the path to receive this new beginning and maybe help be the catalyst to make your wishes and your dreams come true and to birth them in your tangible physical reality. The thing is, the 3 of Wands is telling us you're already on your way there. But there's like this last little, it feels like purge, or last little hiccup, or last little, I guess, fine detail, loose end with the Ten of Swords that needs cleaned up first. The star is showing us, along with the 3 of Wands, that you're already facing the right direction with the 3 of Wands, and you're being divinely guided there with the star. But there's one last little snip that you have to make with your scissors, okay? Okay, I just got the I just got the image of like you have, maybe let's say you have a shirt that you love, right? And there's a thread that's annoying you. And I don't know about you, but I'm one of those people that my clothes have to be really careful with what I wear because I'm so sensitive to any little thing when it comes to like fabric bothering me, itching me, or whatnot. It will literally drive me nuts. Okay, if there's one little thing that's like poking me, or it could be a loose thread, right? That's out of place. It's like feeling like, okay, I gotta snip that little thread away so it doesn't tickle me or bother me, so that way I can relax and feel comfortable, right, with the shirt that I'm wearing. It's like this last little thing needs snipped away so you can relax, feel comfortable, and be at ease with the way that these things are aligning for you. I hope that makes sense. I use that analogy because like if I have a shirt that does something like that to me, I can't wear it. Like I'll rip that thing off so fast. It could be any kind of clothing that does that to me. It's off my body and I have to change into something else because it will irritate me the whole day long. So that's the feeling of this. It's like that last little irritation has to get cut away. And only you know in your life what that thing is that needs to go, or what you feel needs to change. But it's like the minute that you pinpoint what that is, you snip it away, take care of it, let it go, and allow it to be. That's when everything starts to fall into place. I kind of do want to grab another card here to see. Yes! Oh my goodness, yes. Okay, you see what I'm talking about? Oh my gosh. The Eight of Wands. My point exactly. Like this last little thing needs to get the hell out the way in order for everything to start moving. So everything gets put into place so you can then take the journey to arrive, right? At the dream come true, at the wish fulfilled, at the new beginning you've been anticipating or looking forward to, or that you've been needing. The Eight of Wands is forward movement, momentum, action, speed, also communications, phone calls, emails, texts. And like I said, you could get information downloads, nudges in your dream states. That could also come through like something being communicated to you in your sleep or while you dream. So keep an eye out for that. But it's all to help you move forward and access this new beginning. The thing is, there's this feeling of, I just heard, you know what it is that you want. You know what it is that you want. And sometimes we know what it is that we want, but we struggle with, okay, how am I going to go get it? We know what needs to change, but sometimes we don't know what it is we need to do to facilitate that change. For some of you, that's the thing. Like I said, there's something that's going to come through that you didn't even consider before, but it's going to be made aware to you. And then, you see, then you'll be able to act on it. Where you didn't know what you needed to do before, you will soon know. Eight of Wands could be information coming through. But it's information that comes through so you can act upon it accordingly. But this is all happening according to divine guidance, because it is the star, it is your soul family, it is your spirit team, also guiding you right and true, leading you to true north. It's going to help put a whole cycle behind you. But it's so that way you can access what's been awaiting you this entire time. So be very mindful of your dreams with this particular eclipse. there's something coming in or coming towards you, or that you are being led to with the Eight of Wands. But it's all to be the snowball effect, to help guide you to this new beginning and help you put the past behind you. Like I said with that Ten of Swords, don't be scared of it. This is necessary. You're either going to be doing the snip, okay? Making the necessary severing or cutting away of something, or closing of a cycle or chapter or a situation. You're going to be either doing that, or the universe is going to help facilitate you do that. But either way, it's necessary. Okay? It's totally necessary to make a dream come true, to birth something into your world, to manifest the reality that you've been desiring or dreaming of or wishing for. Universal energy, it says, brings you opportunity and possibility. Yes, new beginnings, where maybe your dreams are going to come true. And you're being moved in the direction of that with the Eight of Wands. Because you've already, with the Three of Wands, prepared for it in some way, shape, or form. Part of the preparation work could have been the visualization of it. The faith, okay, itself, that it would eventually happen for you. I say faith because of the star. And the Three of Wands is giving me the vibe of having or keeping your eye on the prize with faith and trust that the universe and the divine would help align you with it eventually. And it is. It definitely is. We see you moving toward it with the Eight of Wands. I want to look underneath the deck in case there's some underlying influence maybe we should be aware of, or maybe that we're not aware of, right? But either way, let's see. Okay, Nine of Swords. Now that is an energy of anxiousness, sleepless nights. Now be mindful that sometimes during eclipse energy, new moons, full moons, we struggle to sleep. We struggle to get a good night's sleep. That's also telling me that with the Eight of Wands, things are gonna happen quickly. Suddenly and unexpectedly, like I said. I was getting the vibe of something's gonna shift and turn in a way that you didn't expect it. And don't be scared of what has to come to a close to make space for whatever's happening for you. The thing is, sometimes when things happen out of left field, like I said, or when life throws you a little bit of a curveball, we can kind of get in our head about it and we can get a little scared. And I guess that's what I was picking up from the Ten of Swords, is a little bit of fear surrounding what's ending. So that Nine of Swords is definitely saying that underneath the surface, you might feel some anxiety. You might feel some worry or fears attached to what's happening for you. Because with the Eight of Wands, it looks like it's going to happen quickly. It's going to shift something, bring something to a close very quickly, maybe even unexpectedly. And you might not fully be ready for it. But it's happening so that way you can move forward and open the doors that maybe have been inaccessible for you for some time. So I would say, don't let the worries or the fears and the anxiety of what's happening get the better of you, because trust me, these changes, this cycle's closing out for a reason. I don't feel that there's anything to worry about. This is all aligning you with the new beginnings that you've been desiring, with the dreams that you've been secretly manifesting or gestating in your inner world. It's all putting you in alignment with it, because the Three Wands, think about that. It's waiting for your ships to come in, and you've been waiting for this to happen. You know that it's gonna happen. You've had faith that it will. You've trusted the journey, even when it got hard with the Ten of Swords. You trusted that it would eventually happen for you. And the feeling is, now that it has, right, or there's a shift in the wind finally in your favor, you're scared. You're like, oh shit. But I'm also getting the vibe with the Libra energy that it is something, you know, this is good karma, you know? That is the energy of Libra, balancing the scales, right? Righting the wrongs. Having everything work out in your favor, bringing balance and alignment to your life where maybe it's been out of whack and out of balance for so long. That's what's happening here. Things are getting righted. Where the wheel wasn't turning in your favor, it's about to turn in your favor now. Things are really going your way. And you know what's funny? It's like when we've had shit in our life that has gone wrong for so freaking long, when things finally start to go right, for once, we're like, what's happening? I'm not used to this. You see? That's what that Nine of Swords is telling me. Everything's about to turn around. Again, think of the sun peeking through the clouds of the Ten of Swords card normally. That's an indication that it's only up from here. And sometimes when we've been down for so long, we're not used to things going the other direction. We're so sometimes jaded by everything turning to shit that when things finally start to look up, we're like skeptical, right? So I'll give you an example. Like, let's say you've had shitty relationships your whole life. And then one person finally comes around and starts treating you like, you know, a king or a queen. And you've never had that before. You're giving them the side eye like, is he for real? Is she for real? Are they for real? You're suspicious. Because you've never experienced that. But what you fail to realize is that's the way it should be, right? That's the way it should be. Mutual love, respect, understanding, cherishing of the other person. You know, you never had it before. You don't even know what to make of it. Well, this is new, right? But whenever something's new, it's not for you to be scared of it. The advice with that is just saying to flow with it, go with it. Because that Eight of Wands is a go, go, go energy. So don't allow your thoughts, right, to try to trip you up or trick you out of what's happening for you. We can get in our own head. And the feeling is here, you've been desiring this, you've been wanting this, you've been dreaming this up for so long. And then when it finally happens, you know, you're second guessing yourself and you're like kind of scared. I mean, it was going to happen eventually, right? Look, I'll give you an example. You can only hold a wish, a dream, a manifestation in the subconscious realm for so long before eventually it has to be experienced physically too. It can only remain in the spiritual realm of creation and visualization for so long before it eventually has to be birthed from the spirit to the physical. I mean, it has to come eventually, right? That baby has to get birthed eventually. You can't hold it and gestate it in the womb forever. Literally or figuratively, being the womb of creation, right? In the realm of subconscious, water, amniotic fluid, and all that, right? It's metaphorical, as above, so below. The same thing applies. Whether it's a literal birth or the metaphysical birth of something. It gestates in the subconscious, watery realms of the womb where it's created before it can finally be birthed into the physical realm where you can hold it, live it, physically, tangibly, or whatnot. That baby eventually has to come out. So too does the manifestation eventually have to get birthed. And that's what's happening here, it feels like. Doors of opportunity opening up to you to allow that to happen. Things you didn't consider are being shown to you, made aware to you. But it's all going to help create the catalyst to get you there, to have it unfold properly. So when shit starts going down and it actually starts happening for you, right? Don't get in your head and fear what's taking place, because this is happening. It's really happening this time, and it's okay. This is what you wanted. This is what you worked for. This is what, I will even say with the Ten of Swords, this is what you suffered for. Yeah. But sometimes the things that we've endured, it's all preparation, character building, kind of like sharpening us. Like a diamond from the rough, even being faceted, molded, shaped, so we can shine, so we can be our best self, so we can live our best life, so we can fulfill our greatest purpose. None of that was in vain. None of it. So I have the language of flowers. Let's see. All right. I like that. It says belladonna, silence, listen more, and quiet be. I already know what that's saying. What that's giving me is the feeling of there's messages that are coming through. Like I said, Eight of Wands could definitely be communication. Something's coming through in that quiet space. Like I said, I was getting vibes of meditation. I don't really have cards on the table here that are giving me that, let's say like a Four of Swords or something. But the dream state is that you are quiet, you are resting, so you can receive the message. That's why it says silence, listen more, quiet be. There's something that the universe is trying to communicate to you in the silence. Whatever needs to be shared with you is going to come through that space of quietude in whatever form it may be, whether it's asleep in the dream state, whether it's meditation, whether you are resting by yourself somewhere away from the noise of people, places, and things. You might want to retreat perhaps during this solar eclipse, but it's so that way you can kind of integrate and acclimate the energies that are taking place for you and the way that the universe wants to communicate. Okay. Foxglove, confidence, be what you want to see. Ooh, that's telling me you're about to be what you've always wanted to see. You're about to be what you've always held the vision for. Okay. Have confidence. Again, don't get in your head, right? With all the wild energies that could be going down around this time. And the way that the universe might switch things up suddenly. Or the way things might happen quickly for you. Have confidence. Be what you want to see. I also feel like you've held that vision of what it is that you want it to be. So have confidence that it has to happen eventually. Look at that. Red rose, courage, it says. Be brave, be strong, believe. Have courage. You are brave, you are strong, you have endured with the Ten of Swords. Now believe it. Believe that what's happening is happening for you. The Star, that's a card of believing, faith. Trusting in the unseen, in the unknown, that you're being guided the way you should be towards the thing that you have been wishing for, wish fulfillment. So those three cards are saying, be still, or allow yourself to be still. Know that there's communication coming through that you will be receiving in a quiet space. Have confidence during this time that you're about to be what it is you've always wanted to be or see for yourself in your life. You are courageous, so be brave, be strong, and believe that this can happen for you, because the feeling is that it is. Okay, final oracle. I have the Spirit Animal Oracle. The Solar Eclipse, Moon in Libra. Final message. Also, I wanted to say, trust that, again, have courage, confidence, that you will be able to take the action with the Eight of Wands that you need as well once you've been nudged to. Okay. So it's going to require some action, I feel like, for some of you. And you taking that action and going and moving forward with it is going to require a little bit of your courage and your confidence and your belief that it's the right thing, it's what's needed to help open doors of potential and possibility to you. Okay, so let's see what it says. I'm going to look directly at the book for this one. Oh, wow. Okay. Seahorse Spirit, watch and wait. Whoa. Watch and wait. Okay, okay, before I even open the book, right? That feels, because that feels a little, I'm going to say the word ominous, but not with a negative connotation. There's a suspense, okay, that I feel coming from that card, and I don't know why. That's what I mean, ominous, but it's more like suspense. Interesting. But suspense in a good way. Okay, let's see what it says, because yeah, like I said, sometimes with the Nine of Swords we can be a little skeptical as well, like when things are starting to happen well and quickly for us in ways that we didn't anticipate. We're a little suspicious, right? And it's a little triggering, maybe a little, we're giving the side eye, and there's an element of suspense because we have no idea how it's going to all work out or turn about, or yeah, become. All right, I don't know, watch and wait. Okay, let's see. All right, so it says, Oracle message. Hovering gracefully, the seahorse observes with the perspective of one who is not engulfed by the drama, remaining at a distance from all the turbulence. That's interesting. Ten of Swords is giving the vibe of turbulence, right? It's like the feeling of what this is saying is like being the observer, okay? Not to react to what's happening. If shit goes down or things start changing in a very interesting way, not to react. Be observant. Just because you don't have all the answers. You might be in a position where you don't have all the answers, but there's also this feeling of trusting that there's a reason to all of it. Okay. It says, Seahorse Spirit appears at this time to remind you of the need to be neutral and gain perspective. Interesting, because I did say perspective. There'll be a shift in perspective. You're going to see something you didn't see or know before. It's going to make you reconsider something. It says, your message from Seahorse Spirit is, not my circus, not my monkeys. Spirit wants you to know that even if you are tempted to jump into the fray and try to fix things, The best way to serve yourself and others right now is to remain calm and simply watch and see. Allow it to unfold. If something is falling away, don't try to save it, is what the Ten of Swords is saying either with this card. Let it go. Let it fall away. Because there's a reason why it needs to fall away. It's so that way the ending can bring the new beginning that really is in alignment with you and for you. I feel like Libra's energy is trying to bring you good karma. It's trying to course correct things that have been out of whack in the journey for some time. But if we try to hold on to what's not working anymore in the journey, we end up kind of just delaying the movement of where the universe wants to take us. Well, let's see. It says, another message here is that whatever your query, Seahorse Spirit asks you to step back from it. Be willing to explore things from different angles rather than a single one, and just observe what is possible. Yeah, that falls in line. Like I said, there's a shift in perspective I was picking up in the beginning of the reading. It says, from the perspective of the position of the neutral observer, you will discover a myriad of opportunities and a deeper understanding of what you seek and why. Universal energy brings you opportunity and possibility. Again, putting you in the position of observing or considering something you didn't even see as a possibility before. I was getting that feeling also earlier. Like it's gonna show you something. Like, why didn't I think of that before? Like, that's the vibe that that's giving, and was giving earlier. Like, why didn't I think of that before? Oh my gosh. But again, those aha moments that I was picking up could come through the dream state, could come through a message that you receive. There's a lot of different ways that the universe can deliver this to you or guide you to it. But it says you'll discover a myriad of opportunities and a deeper understanding of what you seek and why, and you will know beauty, truth, love, and wisdom. Wow. Protection message. Are you holding on to judgment? Sure that your perspective is the only correct way to look at things. There are many perspectives, as there are creatures in the sea, and when Seahorse Spirit appears, you are reminded to detach from the experience so you can view it from more than one angle. Pay attention to your hidden beliefs and know how they affect the way you think, feel, and act. Are you being fair to all involved, or do you need to step back? Perhaps the drama you've been drawn into is your own. Whatever the action of others, your challenge is to be non-reactive and not take their words or behavior personally. Their turbulence may have little to do with you, so remain neutral until you know more. Your perspective may be quite different in time. Like I said, there's something that's shifting and changing, concluding for you here. Be mindful of your reactions to people and situations. Don't try to save something either. I feel that's not working. It says, are you being fair to all involved, or do you need to take a step back? Well, if things don't seem fair for all parties involved, really, right? It may be that you need to take a step back. Okay, whatever the drama is, your challenge is to be non-reactive and take their words or behavior. Yeah, just water off a duck's back. So whatever's happening around you, whatever shifts, changes are unfolding, whether they be interpersonal or something else, this is saying to step back, just be the observer. Trust that whatever is coming through, all right, is happening to kind of like help you to gain perspective and provide you with something that you weren't seeing before. But it's all necessary. All this shift in perspective or opening your eyes to something, like I said, is all to help move you forward with that 8 of Wands and put something behind you that needs to be done with already. Okay. So let's grab angel numbers here. If you're not familiar with my channel, I roll the dice. I roll the dice to get numbers for you. These numbers, when they show up, They oftentimes will confirm things that I've already said in the reading and or provide you with a message that maybe you need personally. I don't like to give you a source to look up the numbers because there's so many on the internet. I don't want to ever imply that one source is better over another. Trust me, when you take the journey to find numbers and their meaning for them for yourself, you will feel connected to a source. And I would say just go with your gut, trust the one that you feel led to, the one that you connect with, and allow that to interpret the numbers for you. Likewise, when you take the journey to research the numbers, you might come across other sign serendipities and synchronicities that Spirit needs you to find. So if I gave you a shortcut to the number interpretation, I might completely rob you of that experience, and I don't want that to happen. That's why I don't give you the number interpretation off the bat. I want you to find your own magic along the way. So let's see what number comes up for you, pile. Oh, I was about to say pile like I'm doing a pick a card. Let's see what number comes up for you. Maybe I should be doing a pick a card soon. But anyway, let's see what number comes up for you for this solar eclipse new moon in Libra, October 14, 2023. All right, that is a 7. 7. 9. Wait. Oh, 6, sorry. 6. Let's see. 1. There we go. So that is your number. Go ahead and look up that number. See what it brings to you. That's interesting, isn't it? Because that equals 14. Wow. Yeah. And the solar eclipse in Libra, this new moon, takes place on the 14th. Interestingly enough, 1 plus 4 also breaks down to a 5. 5 is a number of change. So yeah, look up 761. See what the number brings to you. If you feel that this reading has helped you in some magical way, please do let me know in the comment section down below. I do love hearing from all of you. I do appreciate all your support. If you want to support my channel further, obviously like, share, and subscribe. Maybe consider joining my channel membership for exclusive content and readings that I put out for members only. You could also support what I do by visiting my Etsy shop. I have really cool things there. Crystal jewelry that I will make by hand. Sometimes I do little paintings and other crafts, as well as vintage jewelry that I refurbish. So anyway, check me out there, visit me, and support me there if you wish. Much love to you wherever you are. Be well, be safe, take care, happy new moon, and always keep shining.